All right, so they do have drill sets. There's 14 in the show. Um, our desire was to not make this look like marching band at all, which is what indoor looks like right now. The sheets, the very first one on the sheet for GE is unique, so we're trying to be as unique as possible. So I want to talk through a couple of techniques. I do think we're going to get dinged and knocked a little bit for our style, our mode of movement not always being the same person to person, and that's because a lot of things we're doing are out of step on purpose and very individualistic on purpose. That said, when we do go backwards, we're doing leave the toe down, top of the grass thing. So as I move backwards, I'm not pulling up on my platforms. I'm just moving back gracefully, keeping my toe above the grass, which means I'm going to have some natural knee bend. So if you tell me to keep my toe right at the top of short grass and just simply move backwards without going up on my platforms, it looks something like this. We don't want to hear them scraping on the floor, but more natural bend than we would do in marching band. Same thing going forward. All of our forwards are simply walk. The natural height of the toe is what we want. Of course, some of them are doing this and they want to do this, but for the most part, I would say most of them I've gotten used to. I'm walking in time, which is all it is. I'm just walking in time. There's a little bit of a knee lift, a little bit of muscle contraction down here. Cool. The fact that we're all dressed differently, most of them are in khakis of some sort, is going to help with all of that. Next thing, there is a lunge in the beginning after they stand up and they move to a set after doing the beginning body stuff. They're in a situation where this is very, very simple. Some of them are moving forward. Some of them are moving back. I think when we clean it, I'm actually going to change it so they all go forward. There's a musical cue that makes sense. Step, da-da, beam, ba-da, open second. And then some of them lean left and some of them lean right, depending on which side of the center court they're on. So they're moving in halftime. Step, 2, 3, 4, lunge 2, hold 2, up 2, in 2, and then they step again with their left foot. And for most of them, it's going to be a toe up. For a few of them, it's going to be toe down, depending on which way they're going. Next thing, when we clean, they're now going to go to their chairs again. They've got 8 counts to get to some place, and this is where we're going to need some help with cleaning this up and mapping it out a little bit more. So, lunge 2, up 2, into step. All that happens to set them up into the next form, and then we're going to do some change of direction and that kind of thing. This is not charted out. This is just simply a moment where we're going to ask you to look at them. If you see someone whose feet look untrained, everybody's going to be a little different, but if their feet look untrained, we're going to need you to help them know that if they're going this way and now they're going to change directions, we do want them to prep that foot as they go that way. We certainly don't want anybody 2, 3, 4 doing a hard flip around. It's we would even rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, make it a curve, and they're all going different directions, so it really doesn't matter. Something else that happens in the show, that we're asking them to do visually is there are opportunities for them to do a lot of individual expression stuff. And there are things they know from marching band: the toe forward, the toe out, toe around, forward. Any of those moments where students are experimenting with that and they look great, then we want to compliment them. If they don't look great, we want to compliment the fact that they're trying, but we might want to give them more structure. Hey, Mike, try this time. I like that you're doing a soft toe first. When you get here, why don't you just pause and get that that heel up, and lean, and then keep going. That would be a kid I would say that to if they're trying to do this and it looks really stiff and funky. I think the main objective is we want to praise them for trying and experimenting. But at this point, we need to start cleaning up. And the cleaning up in some cases is just simply helping some kids refine when they're doing some of these things. And other kids were saying, hey, because of where you are on the drill, once you get here, why don't you just lean and lunge in that direction or stay here and then step. So we're kind of helping them self-edit a little bit, and then we're also editing them somewhat. We talked about eyes a lot on Monday. The indoor thing, it's so crucial that their heads are up all the time, especially when the choreography is there, when they don't have that horn in their face. So especially at the end of the ballad, there's a moment where they're all coming forward with their straight chairs. As they all come forward, I mean, they're 4 steps onto the floor, company front, 36 people, and they're all staring the judges down. So emotional value throughout the show is either badass when their horn is down, boom, 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 and it's badass looking, or in the case of the ballad, it's sad, forlorn, but the head is up and everything's pulled back. So something that they've heard a lot, we've talked a lot about. All right, so that's just a couple of movement isms that are happening throughout the production.